Hey, real quick, before we dive into today's episode, if you've been feeling like your brand needs a little love, but you're not quite sure where to start, I have just the tool you need. The Standout Brand Audit Bot is an AI-powered guided audit that shows you exactly what's working, what's not, and how to strengthen your brand using my proven Standout brand system. In 10 minutes or less, you'll walk away with clear next steps to move your brand forward with purpose. It's completely free. Just head to the show notes to grab the link and get started. Have you ever looked at someone in your industry who you know is less experienced than you, whose work is maybe not as strong as yours, and watched them get booked out while you're sitting here wondering why that's not happening for you? Today we're going to talk about that because I think that the answer might not be what you expect, and it's something that I wish someone had told me sooner. Welcome to the Six Figure Brand Podcast, where each week we're pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to build a six-figure business as an online service provider. I'm your host, Morgan. I'm a branding expert, online agency owner, mom of two, and military spouse, and I'm obsessed with helping entrepreneurs like you understand the ins and outs of branding so that you can use it to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. Whether you're just starting out or focused on scaling, we're diving into everything you need to build a profitable and sustainable online business. Let's get to it. For a long time, I think the formula for online business felt really simple. Do good work, treat your clients well, and your business will grow. And that was true for a long time. I still believe that your best marketing tactic is just to take incredible care of your existing clients. That has not changed, and I will stand by that advice forever and ever and ever. And I'm not so sure that that's enough on its own anymore. So I want to have a really honest conversation about that today. The online business space has changed dramatically in the last, I'll say, 5 years or so. It's more saturated. There are more service providers online than ever. AI has lowered the barrier. AI has made everyone think that they can do everything themselves or the AI can do it for them. And competition is really at an all-time high. What worked in 2019 is not working anymore. So my short answer to the question in the title of this episode is no. Doing good work alone is not enough. And I'm going to walk you through both the hard truth of why and what you can actually do about it now. This might feel discouraging, but it's not meant to be. And by the end of this episode, I hope you feel clear. I hope that you can leave feeling empowered rather than deflated. I am hearing from so many online service providers that we're kind of all having a very similar experience. We're working super hard. We're delivering great results for our clients, but we're still struggling to stay booked out. And it is so frustrating watching someone in your niche who you know doesn't have the skills or experience that you do, bragging about how their client roster is full and they're booked out 6 months from now. And you're over here thinking, oh, I really need to book 2 more clients this month just to pay my bills. It is really disheartening. And it's okay for us to admit that. That is not a you problem necessarily. It's just a change in the market. The rules of the game have shifted a lot. And many of us and a lot of us haven't caught up. Like I said earlier, the online service provider space has exploded. There are more designers, coaches, copywriters, strategists, etc. than ever before, and your potential clients are really, really overwhelmed with options. Additionally, AI has made it easier than ever for people to DIY a lot of this stuff and get something that is good enough. So then they think, okay, I can get away with not investing in an expert to provide this service for me. So the bar has kind of dropped and good work is a lot harder to differentiate based on just quality alone. This means that first impressions, visibility, and having a clear differentiator are more important than ever before. Because if no one can find you or they can find you, but they can't quickly understand why you're the right choice, the quality of your work is just not going to speak for itself anymore. It's just not going to speak for itself the way that it used to several years ago. Now, to be clear, doing great work still matters, and I am not here to tell you otherwise. I do not want you to say, oh, I can just start, cutting corners on my work and focusing on marketing myself instead. That's not the point of this episode. Great work is still what earns you repeat clients, referrals, testimonials, trust, a reputation that will compound over time. That is real, it's valuable, it's super, 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 super important. And I will, until the day I stop running my business, continue preaching that your number one marketing strategy must be to treat your existing clients so well that they can't stop talking about you. But here's what doing good work alone cannot do for you. It won't make you more visible to people that don't already know you exist. It won't communicate your value to someone who's just scrolling your profile and then on to the next person. It's not going to differentiate you from the 50 other people who also are great copywriters in your niche. And it can't tell potential clients why you specifically are the right fit for them. I like to look at it as with this idea that good work is what fills the back end of your business. So after the client books with you, that's what's going to get them to rebook with you or refer you to your friends. But visibility and positioning and a really strong brand strategy is what's going to kind of fulfill that front end of your business, or let's say the top of the funnel. And you need both of those things. So what do you actually need to do differently? First and foremost, get so crystal clear on your positioning and your niche. Now, I know that this is coming from somebody who has a little bit of an unpopular opinion about niching. I'll link that episode in the show notes if you want to listen to exactly what that is. But being good at what you do is not a differentiator. It's the bare minimum. Everyone claims to be good at what they do. A lot of us actually are. But what makes you the obvious choice for a specific person with a specific problem? Vague positioning is one of the biggest reasons why I see service providers struggling to book clients, because they're just speaking to everyone or they're super generic about the transformation they offer, and that doesn't draw somebody in and make them want to open their wallet. The more specific and clear you can get about who you help, what problem you solve, and what makes your approach different and better, the easier it becomes for people to say yes to you. Number 2, build a brand that works for you even when you're not working. Your brand is how people feel when they encounter you online. That's a very basic way to explain what your brand is, but that's what we need to care about here. And it is either actively attracting your clients, actively repelling clients, or just doing nothing for you at all. In a super saturated market, people don't hire based just on skill because they can't. They hire based on trust, familiarity, connection, and your brand is what builds all of those things before they even get on a sales call with you. When you are looking to hire, let's say, somebody to manage Facebook ads for you, what you probably are going to do is either ask for recommendations for your friends, search on Instagram or LinkedIn. You're going to open up like 5 or 6 websites of ads people, and you're going to immediately close out of the ones that you can't find the information you want, that you just don't resonate with, that don't look very professional. So those people might be the most skilled, but they're not even getting the opportunity to show off their skill because their brand is driving you away. And I would consider those people who you see online who always seem to be booked, but you're thinking, man, I feel like I'm more skilled than they are. What does their brand presence look like? I bet they have a strong, clear, recognizable brand presence that is drawing those people to them and making them want to get on sales calls and say yes. Number 3, create strategic and consistent content. Notice I did not say create more content. Content is how you build visibility and trust with people who don't know you yet. It's the bridge between someone discovering you and someone booking with you. And again, the key word here is strategic. Content for the sake of creating content doesn't move the needle. If you have not yet, go back and listen to my interview with Dana Hara, where we talk about how content is not the goal of content. That's an episode will change your view of creating content for your business, I can guarantee. But consistency here matters more than frequency. Showing up regularly in a way that's sustainable for you and offering true value to your audience is far more valuable than posting a bunch of basically fluff posts every single day for 2 weeks and then burning out because it was so much work. Your content needs to be doing 2 things for you: attracting the right people and then pre-qualifying them so that by the time they reach out, they already know that you're the right fit. Number 4, invest in client experience beyond just deliverables. This is the other side of the coin of doing good work. Yes, delivering a great product is super important, but the experience that you give your clients is equally as important. This is where you have the opportunity to elevate your good work into something that people genuinely cannot stop talking about. Yes, the deliverable is what they hired you for, but the experience of working with you is what they will remember and what they're going to tell other people about working with you. So think about every touch point here. How does it feel for somebody to inquire with you, to go through your onboarding process? How do you communicate throughout the project? How do they receive their final deliverables? How do you follow up with them after the fact? Every single one of these moments is an opportunity to create something really, really special that your client is going to remember and is going to tell all of their friends about. By doing this, you will turn those happy clients into true advocates for your brand who are going to send you warm referrals over and over and over again without you ever having to ask. And finally, be really intentional about your referrals and your relationships. Referrals are still one of the most powerful ways to book clients, but they don't happen automatically just because you do good work. You have to tell your clients that you are open to and looking for referrals. They need to know what your ideal client looks like, and you could even incentivize them by offering compensation or services for free when they refer clients to you. but they need to know who to send your way. And they also kind of need to know what's in it for them. And then beyond just past clients, also nurturing your professional relationships. Other service providers in complementary industries are some of your best referral sources, but you have to invest in those relationships. You have to be doing the coffee chats, going to the networking events, meeting people, learning about their services. Not just posting on the internet and saying, hey, I'm looking for 3 new clients. Does anyone know somebody looking for brand design? That is not going to work. I am a big advocate of the fact that repeat clients and referrals are the best clients, but you don't get those by just doing good work. You have to go above and beyond to build those relationships and really nurture those people in order for that to be a fruitful stream of leads for you. Like I said in the beginning, the landscape of online business has changed a lot and it's going to continue to change. But there is still so much opportunity for people who are willing to pivot and adapt. The service providers who are thriving online right now are not necessarily the most talented ones. They are the ones who combine great work with a clear brand, a strong online presence, and an intentional strategy for getting found and being chosen over and over and over again. Try to think of it this way. Your work is the product, and you need a great product, but everything else is what's going to get people to the point where they actually get to experience that product. You have already done the hard work of being genuinely good at what you do. Now it's about making sure that the right people can find you, that they can understand your value, and that they can feel confident choosing you. If this episode hit home and you're realizing that maybe your brand is not doing the right type of work, is not working for you as well as it could be, that's actually good news because it's fixable. The clearest, fastest way that I know to close that gap is to start with strategy, getting really intentional about your brand substance, positioning, your message, and how your brand shows up before anyone takes an action to work with you. That's exactly what we do inside a Standout Brand Strategy session. And you can use code SFBPOD at checkout to get $100 off. The link is always in the show notes, and my DMs are always open for any questions. Thanks for tuning in to the Six Figure Brand Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to rate the show and leave a review on whatever app you're listening on. And as a thank you, I'll send you coffee on me. Yes, I'm serious. As a smaller show for now, you taking the time to do this makes a huge impact on how we can reach more people and how I can continue to create this content for free. When you take a screenshot of your review, follow and tag me on Instagram at Spect&Co. I'll send you a $5 Starbucks gift card. As always, don't forget to check out the show notes for any links or resources I mentioned during the episode. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week.